So first of all, guys, could you give me the 101 of KÄHL? Who and what is KÄHL?
I think it's simply a screamo scrams band. Yeah, a queer screamo scrams band, a punk band, a non-profit DIY punk band, I guess. To make it short.
Yeah, did screamo ever go away, or because I kind of feel it did? So what does kind of screamo and scram? What is the meaning of those genres for you?
For us, it means a lot to us. But in general, screamo is the word is out of scream and emo. So yeah, that's screamo, I guess.
To say about the feelings of screamo we had is like you feel when you need to scream. It's like broken hearts and things that happen in your life, and that makes a big crash, and you feel like, what the fuck, what's going on? And when you listen to screamo, for me, it's the feeling, be free, you can cry, everything is okay and everything is shit. So it's a very emotional thing for me, and I love it to feel free when I listen to it. And yeah.
Well, both screamo and even more so emo were very important for me. So I wanted to know what kind of brought you three together under such a band.
Actually, it starts with broken hearts. And to carry each other, to have a good feeling and to can handle with it.
Yeah, originally it started as a duo project. And later we recognized that it's Phil and me started the project or the band, and later we noticed that it's too hard for us to play an instrument and scream. It's just too, yeah, it's like a tough, sporty thing. And so we decided to start a search for a vocalist, and we had several vocalists, but nowadays we found Fina, and we hope that she will stay until the end of all days.
Actually, I joined the band almost 2 years ago, I guess, by a big coincidence. Wenke and I we had a chat over a messenger, and Wenke said, well, one day we should actually do something together. And back then I was still in my old band, and then Wenke mentioned, well, we should do some kind of project or something together in the future. And then I misunderstood it kinda, because I understood, well, I should now join the band. And Wenke actually meant, well, we should actually just do a show with Wenke's band and with my band. And then and then in the next sentence I actually asked, when is the first rehearsal then? And then Wenke said, well, okay, I actually meant it a bit in a different way. And so it was a nice coincidence, actually. Yeah. So this is how we came together.
Yeah, so not just heartache anymore. So clearly you are a political band, but we do live in an age of ignorance. So could you talk me through a bit about your politics?
Yeah, we have different topics or several topics, political topics. I think we are simply an anti-sexistic, anti-racistic, anti-transphobic, anti and so on band. But we don't have an eye-catching slogan or message. I think we try to be as fluid as we are. Yeah, but to came back to the question, I think we once we made this record called Drittwelts Trauma, which translated means third world trauma. I know it's a very provocative name, but this record was released in early 2016, and so this was in the middle of the German migration crisis, which is still going on and existed before, but was some kind of exploited more than usual in the mainstream media at that time. And so we decided, or it was very important for us to make a conceptual album about it, or and that's why we tried to make a conceptual album. It was our first conceptual album, I guess. It's about escape of war, and is written in the first person. And yeah, I think that's the most political stuff we did so far.
Before we go to the new album, could I just ask, like we all understand that these are like really hard topics and really sensitive topics too. How hard or easy it is to kind of transfer these ideas to music and lyrics, and how do you approach it?
Yeah, this is a really interesting question, actually, because in the moment we read the lyrics our singer Serge give to us, it was like a shower over the body, because you make music about this situation and this political situation, and yeah, actually you also make music to have fun and cool down and make something you like to do, and then you make music about such a big thing that happens in the world. Is what it was not every time easy, and sometimes it was really also emotional to play this, and it's almost give tears in the eyes when we practice it and play it on stage, because it's, when you think about it, what you are singing there, it's very, very I don't know how to explain the situation, but it's a crazy feeling. Yeah.
To explain it from a singer view, point of view, for me, it's a great way to deal with things. It's great to write songs about things I try to find a way to deal with. Also, things which grew kind of a huge anger inside of me, and it's like an anger towards the society we live in. And with KÄHL, I understood that there are no taboos. Actually, there is no. It's I don't know how to explain. It's just it's just super free. We don't have one political message out there. Of course, we are all left-winged, far left-winged, but in general, there are so many little castles of problems in our world. I guess we try, and we tried in the past to just find a way to combine music and these critical points in our society to just bleed it into music, to spread it somewhere. And this is what we did actually in the past and in the future.
Powerful stuff. Thank you. Well, now we could talk about the upcoming album. Let's actually start with kind of the starting ideas, or what sparked this new music, and how you started writing this music.
Yeah, it's like every time we start to make just the music, and then we add the lyrics, and yeah. I think lyrically it's about feminism, body shaming, queer topics like, I don't know. Yeah, but there are some queer topics like personal experiences as a queer person in our society. And yeah, Fina wrote a song about Putin. Against Putin.
Not for him.
And then we got reflection of ourselves as part of the left-wing music scene. There are a lot of people who preach, I don't know, like open-minded they are, or like tolerant or lovely and empathic they are. But in reality, often they act like horrible shitheads, and we criticize this and would like to change this or make others aware of it. Yeah, that's so far what I know about the new lyrics.
Now, I guess the question, I understood it like it's not only about the lyrics, it's also about the whole process, right? Yeah, because I find it quite interesting how our music in general gets created, because we are a band, we practice twice a year. And then we play live and practice live. And when we started to write the new songs, three songs were already written, like instrumentally, but all the other ones were written in like the past 2 years. And it's crazy because I'm always busy at home. Phil gets to meet Wenke in a near area of Dresden, where we actually have our practice place, and then they do start to create new songs. Then they send me like a sheet, and not a sheet. They send me like a rough mix over to Hamburg, like in the same night, so I can give them like a sheet back with feedback for the next day. So this is how we created our songs. We publish like maybe next year, hopefully in the early next year. so far. And from the lyrics, it's interesting because, as I said, there are no goes kind of thing. It's crazy because I start writing the lyrics when I receive the mix, the first rough mix, but also it's crazy for me to see what this kind of instrumentals already do with my brain, kind of with my lyrical creativity kind of thing. So I don't know, maybe most of the artists who write songs do have the same process how they write songs, but in my case it's like I receive the music and then I start to write a few bits of points, what I feel with this music, and then I try to lead these feelings I have and I get from the music to a main topic, and which is, for example, two songs in the new album are about body shaming, for example, because I went through a rough time recently and in the past, and and then there are there is one very strong song about the whole situation about the Ukraine and Putin and how he treats people there and stuff. And also there is a song on the album coming with a title Städte und Salz, which means cities and salts. And this is like a song which deals with like a critical side and point of view about gentrification. Like, for example, Berlin, Leipzig, Hamburg, for example. I come from Hamburg. Phil and I, we come from Hamburg. It's just like, it's quite sad to see how a city grows. And so, I don't know. It's just the world where we live in. And with the lyrics I write, I try to explain and express myself to just, the way I see the things.
I'll ask you, what would be like the dream come true for KÄHL? What would be like when you reach some goal, then you would say, fuck, we did it?
I would only talk about KÄHL, and I think one of the biggest goals for us is the dream of touring in Japan one day and to make a vinyl.
Yeah, we already started to book the tour in Japan, but actually, we are not far to mention it so far. So we're just in the process of organizing things and to reach out of two other promoters over there to have a based one and a local person living there.
Take maybe 2 more years, I guess.
Yeah, I guess by now we are thinking about doing the tour through Japan in the mid of 2024. But it's kind of doable, I guess. But you just need to write a lot of emails, and because of the time difference, it's also quite challenging, I guess. So it just stretches all the whole procedure of booking in the next level. So we'll see.
The dream, my dream is that we, after the concerts, and that the one person comes to us, never heard about us, and said, wow, you catched me. What was this for crazy shit? And I love you. I love your music. And this one person should become on every concert. This is my goal. And maybe the big goal is that maybe 2 people come, or the persons come after the show and said, you catched us. That this never stops.
Yeah, and for me, my goal is actually I already reached my goal. So I found these lovely people, and to be able to express myself, and so this is for me already my goal, which happened. And for KÄHL, just try to use my mid-30s to be my new, or to be in my new 20s, or in my old 20s, I don't know how to say that. And to just do the punk rock shit. So I just want to play as many shows as we can. And so we are, as I mentioned before, we are super busy in our lives. And to do shows like this upstairs with Nox Carnival is just like we are in our own little bubble right now. So we are not in a holiday, we're not in a job, but we are in kind of a thing we really love to do. And in our little bubble. And I love being in this bubble.